That is £2. £2. It's Plastered plastering trowel. I'm laughing because this trowel is actually funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. It bends when you put pressure against the handle, it bends into your hand. This is going to be very fun. Like I said, cheapest trowel you can find, but if you look down it's got a mean little bend. So it already has a bit of a break in it. At least it's not completely flat. We've got something we can work with here. But yeah, watch this. That's what £2 gets you. You've got the trowel of doom. This is this is a trowel that was £2. Literally the cheapest trowel I could find online. And to be honest, I thought it was going to be a lot worse. So, you know, that's okay. I'm going to try and make it a bit better than what it is. And this is something you should do with any new trowel you get, because they always come in no matter what state, no matter how expensive they are. If you get a rigid plastering trowel, it's never fully ready for plastering. Now what I like to do is sand them down. This is an oil stone. It's got two sides. It's got one that's really fine, one that's a bit coarser. But generally these are designed for sharpening chisels, axes, knives, anything. So what I'm going to do, you get some oil, WD-40, you get that, spray the stone, give it a good spray there. Run the length of the blade along the stone. So now what we're doing here is we're trying to get rid of the rough bird edges of the trowel, and we're trying to give it a bit of a chisel, so trying to give it a bit of a sharpness. That way when we come to plastering, it's not going to be as tough on the plaster, it won't rip it. So you want to do both sides. So you're running it along the length of the blade. And do different angles as well. Do it 90 degree and then going steeper as you go. So start this way. Now we're not trying to get it sharp like a blade. We're not trying to do that. It's not the aim. You also want to do the point, the tip of the trowel, the very tip. Put a little bit of a radius on it. Do that a few times and getting the trowel ready for plastering, and then we're going to give it a go. This is the first time using this trowel and I'm already a bit worried. Just going to start firing it on the wall, see what happens, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I'm going to see if we can get this wall looking half decent. You can see something. There's quite a few ripple lines running through. One of the things, it is quite flimsy. The metal, it does bend, it moves a lot, which isn't good for a base trowel. So if you are looking for something to apply plaster, you need a stiff, rigid trowel. But we're going to work with it. I'll be honest, it's not as bad as I thought. I don't know if I'll ever get this wall flat. It's just bending, it's moving around. You can really feel the trowel just skipping about along the plaster, and the handle keeps flexing at the same time. So let's stick with it. Handle's so close to my hand and the blade, I'm struggling to even move my hand. It's pretty much trapped in there. Look, there's no room. Now, what I'm going to do is do a side-by-side comparison. This half of the wall has been applied with this. The other one's going to be applied with manila trowel. Let's just see the differences there. Let's have a look, see what we're dealing with here. The main thing is the flex on this. It's not necessarily from the blade, it's from the fact that the frame itself is made of plastic and it's moving all over the place. We're going to try and flatten it, see what happens. This is where you go wrong. So you're trying to flatten. Let me show you. I was actually quite optimistic with this. I thought I'm going to get a good finish. Trowel's not that bad. It's dog shit. So that's that bit flattened with this trowel. Let's do the Nella. Quick look here, see what we're dealing with. This side, lines, see where the old lines aren't quite flattening out. And we got the lines, there's ripples there, but a lot shallower, not as deep as say that side. So the problem is here, we might never get this wall flat, it's as simple as that. Right, so we're going to apply the second coat here. Wish me luck, I suppose. What's happening is, because there's so much movement in the blade, the top and the bottom edge is curling in and it's leaving these big ripples in the wall. Just look at the movement. Look at that. So if you apply any pressure to the trowel, it's bending. You see? It's something you do not want in plastering. You need a stiff blade that won't curl and it'll essentially put the plaster on in a nice solid line. Literally just leaving ripples at any opportunity. It's nowhere near flattening. At this stage the plaster's starting to firm up. Now this is when we're really going to test it out. I'm going to give it a factory reset. I'm going to get the speed skim, I'm going to take out all the ripples and start again. Then we're going to be starting with a flat wall, which means after that in theory it should be able to flatten. Let's see, I'm judging it won't. I think it'll make it worse again. So we flattened the wall, let's have a look compared to what it was to what it is now. Look at the difference, flat, no ripples. Which in itself is a great reason to be using the speed skims, because even with rubbish trowel you will be getting your walls a lot flatter. Not that I'm endorsing this £2 trowel by the way. Oh, this is literally the last chance for this trowel. By the way, this isn't a customer's house, this is my garage. I wouldn't test this anywhere else. But if this is going to start leaving ripples after it's been flattened, then anything after this point is just going to be failure. So this is where it is going wrong. There's lots of ripples now. So even with it being the later stages, it's not flattening. It's leaving trowel marks. So we've got these ripples, got lines coming through there. You know, this is the later stages. We should be getting this. One there. Now it's all good fun carrying on with this trowel, and you know it's a bit of banter, but at the end of the day this wall's going to get ruined because them ripples are going to set, they're going to show through, and as soon as we get a bit of sideward glancing light it's just going to show up everything. And I actually want to do something with this wall, so I don't want to totally destroy it. But that is why cheap trowels are never good. They're not made to a good quality. These will destroy your walls. If you are thinking about plastering and you're thinking about scrimping on tools, don't. Just get something that is decent. Now if you want to see this video here where I say, do we need flexi trowels? Do we need 6 trowels per go? There's the other end of the spectrum. I just went through the process of just using one trowel all the way through plastering like the old school way. Click here to see exactly what the results were, and if you like this video, hit subscribe where we do some more crazy experiments like this.